All right, today's the day. 10 miles away from 200,000 miles.
Where the sun don't shine.
Well, my friends, it looks like it's just about that time. Try and roll into first easy. Howdy my friends, and welcome to the channel today. I'm Luke, Thunderhead289 here on YouTube, and in this video today we're going to go and pick up my 1974 F100 with a 302 and a 5-speed swap, probably for the last time. So I've had this truck on the channel pretty much the whole time I've been around. I originally put it together with my dad back when I was like 17 or 16 or something. It was the first vehicle I ever owned. So anyway, it's kind of near and dear to my heart, even though it's kind of a beater. But with the 5-speed, you know, it gets out of its way pretty good, and I do rather enjoy driving it. So anyway, with that, we're going to go pick it up. It's been in storage for the winter, you know. This poor Maverick here has gotten all the salt treatment this year, so rest in peace, little buddy. Oop, if the Maverick will start. Got kind of a finicky steering column. Oh, how exciting. I get to jump it from under the hood. Oh, and the parking brake isn't working. Fun. And parking brake, here we go. That looks like a jump starter. I want to ruin my threads now. Ah, yes. Now we can leave. A typical day in the life of Luke here. What fun would it be if your stuff was decent? No, of course. Gotta buy old beaters like this. Tune them up good and align them, and you know, the rest is kind of whatever. All right, here we are. Garage 10. Dun, ta da. All right, well here she is. A little bit of 302 action under the hood here. Nothing really special to it. It's a 1994 roller engine that actually came from my buddy Kevin. You know him as Junkyard Digs. It came from his first vehicle, his Bronco, that he rolled, and he had it sitting around. That's actually how we met. I needed an engine for this truck, and he had one. And then we got in touch, and then you know the rest is history. So all I did was switch it over to carburation, a Pertronics distributor, and a Summit carb, you know, and of course the T5 behind it and all that. But other than that, it's pretty darn stock. I've tried to scab this truck together for as low of cost as I could, you know, just because, I don't know, there's just something fun about doing that. And, you know, it's really been a pretty dang reliable truck. So hopefully today it starts up. I disconnected the battery here, and I do have a jump pack, but really we should be able to prime the thing up, hit the key, and I expect her to light right off. And it probably won't because I just said that. We'll see. All right, so we'll just hook up this very sketchy battery cable. All the electrical in this truck I did back in high school, and it works, but as you can see, it's very, very sketchy. So at some point I plan to redo that, but I've been saying that for like 4 or 5 years or so, and I've never gotten to it. If it works, it works, I guess. A lot of folks ask me when I park this truck why I leave the hood open. It's just very humid and damp here, and in Iowa, and it seems like if I leave the hood shut when I put stuff in storage, my chrome will rust up really bad and some weird things happen. So, you know, that's I guess why I leave the hood up. So with that, we'll get our little hidden key because I forgot my keys. It's a nice unit right there. Try and get in here. Should be the last time I have to go get this rig from a storage unit. All right. Pop open our old high school lights here. I've tried to keep it exactly the same way I had it in high school for the most part, just for the throwback reasons. So, fuel pump is probably priming up here good. That works for me. Good enough there. And I did take this truck on the 2019 Power Tour. We did the whole thing from Iowa, the long haul gang, so I was like 3,000 miles round trip, and it did absolutely great. So, cross your fingers here, contact. Oop, we are in neutral. Okay, I've done that one before. Ooh, that battery is definitely low, as that alternator is squealing like a banshee. It's a high idle switch I got over here for when I used to run an inverter on the truck and I didn't want to lug it down. Air fuel ratio and vacuum, two great things to have for tuning on an old rig like this. Oil pressure is coming up good. I guess we'll step out and see if we got any leaks. She's doing her thing, idling in there nice and smooth. Just as the day I parked it, I don't know, 8 months ago or so, or whatever it was. Now, there's a lot to be said here with tuning and staying on top of it and everything with these old carbureted vehicles. You have to remember a carburetor is a static metering device in a dynamic environment. So when I pulled it out, I was seeing that my air fuel ratio was starting to get to, you know, about 11.5, getting pretty rich. And it's probably because when I put this truck away, it was pretty cold out. And so what I probably did is I had to richen up the air fuel mixture since the air was much more dense. And so you know, temperature changes and all that do affect carburetors. So all I did is I went under here and gave it a little bit of a, you know, about an 1/8 turn lean, and that should be enough to get her back into where I want her to idle at. And of course, as always with a carburetor, if you adjust one mixture screw, you want to adjust the opposing side to the exact same point. You want them both even, you know. You don't want to make some anomalous adjustments to the thing. So with that, I mean, doing pretty good, it looks like. The low end torque on this thing just cracks me up. So we're in second gear here, and she'll just drive herself down the road in second gear, no gas pedal input at all. It's nuts. And I mean, I don't even have an aggressive rear end. I mean, it's the stock 370 rear end, and you know, I got a 31-inch tire, so that's not even saying much. It's awful strange being back in the OG F100 here. Like I said, it was my first rig, and you know, whether I like it or not, the nostalgia just floods back, all the memories through the years every time I get in this thing. I basically left it as a time capsule, exactly how I had it in high school, you know, I guess for that reason. And actually, originally this truck was the first revival I ever did with my dad. We actually needed a truck, and this one was sitting out in a farm field for like $300, and we picked it up and got it going, and kind of the rest is history on the thing. But in the sense of revivals, this is what I look for in a rig. Manual everything. I mean, there's just not a lot to fail. You got 3 pulleys up front, crank, water pump, and alternator. The rest of it, you know, it can sit for years and years and it'll still be in decent shape, just how someone left it. Grease everything up and you're good to go. So, you know, the only thing I really changed is we put a different engine in, you know, eventually, and then it's got the old 5-speed swap in it here, which really brings these old cars into the modern era. And I don't know, she's just a good old rig. But if you do get a little bit rippy with the thing and open that throttle up, she don't sound half bad.
Blood red moon. And Daddy was doing what he had to do. When the shots rang out.